That's funny. Because my number 15 game is also Guacamelee. And I actually played it. I played about 80% of the game on the gamepad while I was watching TV. That game is so good. I love that game so much. It's just this cool amalgamation of like, it's almost more Castlevania-y than Metroid-y. I feel like so, but it's still that game. Oh, and you can turn it like the first time I turned into that chicken was just like, okay.
I fell out laughing because when he turned into the chicken and the speed of it, I was dead gone. I'm like, this is so Looney Tunes, but this is just hilarious.
I know, it was great. That game, so good, Ed. So good.
Well, that was your 15. Then my 15 is Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I love what they did with the frame rate. Even though you play the whole game on the gamepad, like, come on, let's just admit it. You play the game; it's a gamepad game. It looks extraordinary. I still think Nintendo is the best company of publisher and designer to actually experience different art styles and make it work for their games. This game has a nice claymation feel to it, and it's such
art is so amazing,
and it's challenging in the way of where they're going to place where Kirby needs to go. It still has some great platforming to it, but Kirby and the Rainbow Curse is one of the best games on Wii U from the Kirby series. Hopefully people can find a copy because once again it's sold out.
Yeah, and it's already more expensive on Amazon than it was when it came out, because I think that game was only $40 when it came out, and on Amazon it's like $50 something right now.
Yes, and you could use Amiibo for it. So
I had my King Dedede Amiibo. I was so happy when when Robobot came out. I was so excited that they redid some of the Kirby Amiibo, and I was like, yes, I found my King Dedede, because that's the only Kirby Amiibo that I wanted for Smash. Because like when I was playing Smash a lot when it first came out, like I was using King Dedede the whole time, even online, and like I was like, I need this Amiibo, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And then it was one of the ones that they released late, and it was like one of the first ones of that wave that sold out. And I was like, no, I need this. And then when Robobot
we'll have to have
came out, I was like, yes. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off. We're gonna have the discussion on Amiibo, because
sounds like
you know exactly, and it's not about just about it. My one thing is just that if they weren't gonna buy the Wii U, and she was the first one sold out everywhere.
Yeah. Amiibo. How do we fix the Amiibo problem? That's going to be a future episode.
Continue to buy more, and I love the Amiibos. I don't care what anybody say. I love them.
I do too. I probably have like 25 or 30 of them. I got 2 of the Zelda 30th anniversary ones.
I got all 3 of them.
I didn't get the Wind Waker ones. I got the 8-bit one, and then I got the Ocarina one.
I got the 8-bit, the Ocarina, and the Wind Waker ones.
Nice. I need to find the Wind Waker ones eventually. But yeah.
I might pick one up and send it your way.
No, you're not allowed to send me anything else. No.
But boss. But Corey, what's your number 14?
Darksiders 2. It was one of the last games THQ put out, and they ported it to Wii U, and I really like that game a lot. It was if you guys never played Darksiders, it's pretty much a a dark Zelda type game, and it has the combat.
Let's rephrase that.
The dungeons.
Let's rephrase that.
What?
If you haven't played Darksiders, pick up Darksiders the remaster version for Wii U.
Yeah,
because it is available.
Yeah.
Oh, but go ahead, Corey.
But 2 improved on the first game in a lot of ways. I think the horse was cool. I thought that game was awesome. The weapons were cool, and the combat felt more fluid. Just the loot mechanic was a great addition to that game. And I love that game a lot, and I really hope that there's some Darksiders 3 coming, and I hope that it's going to be able to be played on the Switch, because I feel like, even though Darksiders is supposed to be a darker, more mature, quote unquote experience, I think Darksiders fits really well in Nintendo's library. And it wouldn't surprise me if Nintendo went out of their way like they did with Bayonetta 2 and said, because that team still exists within THQ Nordic. And
yes,
it wouldn't surprise me if Nintendo went to them and was like, look, we're going to throw you some money. We want to make Darksiders an exclusive. We think it fits well within our library. And, it could sit alongside Bayonetta as that mature style game that, Nintendo fans kind of want on the system. I think it would be good. I think Darksiders fits well within Nintendo. So
they captured the essence of a Zelda game to the T.
Yeah.
So,
and
we'll have Breath of the Wild.
You don't get that at first because you're like, oh, well, this game kind of looks like a God of War game, like a cheap knockoff of God of War, like when you first start playing it. And then you get to that first dungeon in the first game, at least, and you're like, oh, man, now I got to solve some puzzles. Man.
Right.
Oh, so good.
Boss to get the weapon for that dungeon. Yeah.
Definitely. If you're into Zelda, you should definitely check out Darksiders 1 and 2.
Yeah. I could just see Nintendo going to Capcom and to THQ Nordic and be like, look, we want Okami 2 because you guys know how to do that well, and we want Darksiders 3.
Don't tease me, Ed. Don't tease me with that Okami 2 talk.
I'm just saying. I know there's a DS version. I know there's a handheld version, but as a console,
I really wish they would have. I really wish they would have ported. I really wish they would have ported that first one to Wii U too.
Capcom is making too much money off of Nintendo. So
I know.
Of Capcom not to go to Nintendo and be like, we want to put Okami 2 on Switch.
Yeah.
But my 14 is one of yours, Rayman Legends.
Nice.
Beautiful graphics, music, 4-player. It was kind of the introduction to Amiibo, but we didn't get it because it went exclusive and it didn't go through. But it's such a fantastic game. So yeah, number 14 for me is Rayman Legends.
Such a good game, and the Wii U version is the definitive because the gamepad player gets their exclusive character and their they can help the other players out by like placing stuff down and stuff, similar to new Super Mario Brothers. But my number 13 game, Mass Effect 3 for the Wii U, still to this day, even though the other 2 games aren't on Wii U, which is sad because I really would have liked to seen Mass Effect 2 at least come to Wii U. But I still think the gamepad, like the things you can do with the gamepad for Mass Effect, the way you can control your party members as well. I think gameplay-wise, Mass Effect 3 on Wii U is a definitive way to play it. You can control your teammates. You got the map on your screen. You got a bunch of stuff you can do with the gamepad. And to this day, I still have this argument with people saying, look, Mass Effect 3 on Wii U is the best version of that game. And I know it didn't get any of the DLC. I know it didn't get anything because it sold very poorly because that same week they released the Mass Effect Trilogy Collection on the other two consoles for the same price as this one on the Wii U.
Yes.
Which I also argue they could have just ported the other two games without any gamepad support to the Wii U and done the same thing. But man, that version of Mass Effect 3 is so good. So that's my
argument over here.
So
my number 13 is a game that you just got, Corey, and that's the Wonderful 101.
Yeah, I had that game for a while, and then like I traded it in for something else because I went through this really weird phase where I didn't really like, after I was done with the game, I just felt like I didn't need to keep it, which is a terrible decision. It was a terrible decision. That's a story for a different
video. Well, definitely for me, to the beautiful Joe vibes. So great game, hard to master, I should say, so be aware for that. But it's once again great action, just completely still funny. So yeah, that Wonderful 101 is my decision. 13.
Nice. I like that game a lot. It was like this cool twist on the Pikmin mechanic and like a bunch of like, so good. So good. But my number 12 game, Injustice: Gods Among Us. I'm not a big fighting game guy, but I've probably spent I mean I probably spent 150 hours with this game, just like nailing down. I was like, I want to get good at like 2 different characters and just get really, really good with them. And I was playing like the story mode and stuff. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna play as Green Arrow, and I'm gonna play as Batman, and I'm gonna get really good with these characters. And then it turns out Green Arrow is the only character that can really do any damage to Superman, because Superman's like, well, Superman can fly and like do all this other things, and he's really strong, and he's basically like super overpowered in that game, I think. And Green Arrow can shoot stuff out of his, I mean, he can shoot a bow and arrow, and he can take down Superman when he's flying. So like it was so good. And then I figured out that Batman actually kind of sucks in that game, so I switched to like Green Lantern. I switched to Green Lantern, and Green Lantern can do a lot of cool stuff. So but yeah, Injustice is, I cannot wait for Injustice 2, and I'm so excited because the collector's edition is rumored to come with a Supergirl statue, and I'm really into Supergirl right now, the TV show, and I just like,
I haven't seen it yet.
It's really bad, but it's really good at the same time. It's like, it's one of those things. It's just one of those things that I keep watching because I just feel like I need to, but it's really like, I like it. It's cheesy, but it's different from anything else DC does on TV, where it's all dark and sad, and everybody looks like they just kind of want to jump off the roof of a building and see what happens.
Yeah.
And it's totally different from everything else. So that's why I like it, I think. But yeah, awesome. Injustice. I love that game so much. And then I'm sorry. And then I forgot. Like, it came to PS4 games, the PlayStation Plus free games, and then it hooked me all over again because it gave like 4 new characters to play around with, and I could play online, and yeah, it was it got me.
Yeah, like I said, I have that game. I just gotta put more time into it. I was just like, okay, I get this, but I got so much other stuff to play, and that happens to me a lot. So, my number 12 though, rocking. I can't believe that this got made, but it did get. I'm glad that they made it and kind of set the series to a whole new level. Hyrule Warriors. You cannot deny that game was not fun to play. You like beating enemies up in the Zelda games. Well, this has your fix, and it's so very well. And a lot of people don't realize that kind of games from Tecmo, they were at first very niche. They were only for like a few kind of people who were into the Dynasty Warrior games. Were for a few people. Hyrule Warriors came out, was laughed at for a lot of people. People picked it up, and that whole weekend, around 500,000 players, or just a whole bunch of people were playing the game, enjoying it, and like all the weekend through Twitter and on Facebook, people were posting screens and just discussing the game on how good it was. And then getting all these female characters in the game to the point where they was mocking Ubisoft that, a game from Nintendo can have all these characters, but you guys can't design one for Assassin's Creed Unity. Like crazy. The animation is fun, is good, and still to this very day, even though we have opinions about the 3DS version, the game on Wii U is just still wonderful to play.
Yeah, I agree.
And then playing on the Legend of Zelda map for the stuff, and all the season DLC will only be in $20 and just offer you so much. It's such a huge game for $60.
Yeah, I can't believe how much DLC they put out for $20. And I'm like, man, $20 season pass. That I don't know how that's going to work with a game like this. But then you got like the Majora's Mask pack, you got the Wind Waker pack, you got all these, like, it was just amazing. It was awesome.
Yes. So Hyrule Warriors, I should say.
Nice. All right, so we're heading into our top 10. So my top 10
for number 11.
Oh wait, crap! I forgot. You're right. We're on a number 11. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, so my number 11 is Super Mario Maker. I think that even though I don't really have the time to like sit there and make these complicated levels, but I think it is awesome that people have been trying to do this on like through weird ways online and these weird tool sets that you could download, and you know, it is just a cool way to give us that experience to build our own Mario levels. And the fact that they put 4 different skins in there and items from all of our favorite Mario games growing up, and you know, the fact that you could build a new Super Mario 3 level and just play it was just awesome. Or like, you know, making a Super Mario World level and putting in secret areas and backdoor ways to get out of the level, and it was just awesome. And the things that I watched online, or you know, the time I played a couple of Matt's levels or Todd's son's level, you know, it was just, that game is something special. And you know, I recognize how awesome, just like we use the word awesome a lot, but like, you know, just the power of that game, that the power it gave gamers is just it's awesome. Plus it came with 100 new Mario levels just to play.
Yes.
So
and can I say this, and I'm gonna let you go, just like the Wii U version, the 3DS version for this holiday season sold like hotcakes.
Yeah,
like every time it came into stores, it was gone. And just like Mario Maker, when it came out to Wii U, when it came out, it was gone.
Yeah, and it had that. It was the cool art book it came with was awesome. Like the idea book or whatever. That was cool. I still have mine. It's sitting on my shelf over here. It was cool.
I still love the box art.
Yeah, that Maker. Box art is awesome. Like the cool Mario construction, just like that aesthetic and that, you know, art direction for the box and the promos and stuff. All that's just really cool. It's really cool. So Mario Maker.
Yay! So number 11 for me, Captain Toad Treasure Tractor, a $40 game. This game was this design game was taken out of Super Mario World and a 3D World, and made it to its own game. Completely funny, great puzzles. Just a fun thing to pop in and play. It's not too long, but it's worth the investment. So Captain Toad Treasure Tractor. I'm like, it's a great puzzle game, and at some levels it makes you think. But how do I play a Mario game that doesn't allow me to jump? Mm-hmm. That you would be asking yourself, or Mario style game, I should say. That would actually. And you just put the time in it, you be able to figure everything out. So yeah, such a good game, and it came with an amiibo. So you might be able to still find one that came out with the Toad amiibo. So yeah, Captain Toad Treasure Tractor is my number 11.
Nice.
Now, Corey,